Hi everyone, and welcome to The Real Real with the Laura VanHart and Charlie. Today we're going to talk about foreclosures in the 2023 market. Have people ask me, are we going to see a huge increase in foreclosures this year? Which is a really great question given the market last year and how roller coaster it was and all over the place. So this big shift in the market and what it looked like last year has people scratching their head. You know, will we see more foreclosures? Will people be able to take advantage maybe of other people's misfortune? Which is a very good question. And then one of the biggest looming questions are we going to see the same crash that we saw in 2008 when it comes to the foreclosure market? So we look back again, and I've talked to you before in other videos about the 2008 climate. And so if you haven't caught any of those videos, take a look back, but I'll just recap really quickly. One of the reasons why we saw such a huge problem in 2008 and so many foreclosures, in fact, over 9 million households in 2008 ended up in foreclosure or short sale. And one of those main reasons was because the loan guidelines were so loose during that time frame that anybody could get a loan. And so the difference now versus then is that now those loan guidelines are much more strict for people. And so we see that that's not as much of a problem, obviously, as it was then. So back in 2008, you saw people that were purchasing homes were not in the financial position to afford the homes that they were buying. And so we saw a huge amount of foreclosures and short sales. And so that's why we're not going to see right now the same uptick in foreclosures this year. So we've got much stricter guidelines concerning loan parameters. So people, for them to qualify, they have a lot more that they have to make sure that they are meeting those qualifications for. Another reason is during the pandemic, and maybe you had heard about this, a lot of lenders were offering what was called a forbearance program to homeowners. And so what that did is it allowed a homeowner, while they were getting their finances in order, say they were negatively affected by the pandemic financially, or their job situation or whatever, or their business, it gave them some time to get their finances in order without their home going into a foreclosure. And so also, as they exited that forbearance program, the homeowners can go back to the lender and work with them for like a loan modification or a payment deferral program, or a combination of the two. And so it just gave them some time to work out that situation. So that's also another positive. So we're not seeing as many foreclosures because of that reason. The other reason is we're not going to see, and I'm saying in favor of not seeing as many foreclosures this year, is values went up a total of 20% in the last 2 years. So what that means is homeowners have a lot of positive equity in their home. So they've got this reserve amount in their home. So if they ever got in a position financially where they need to sell their home, they actually are in the green, if that makes sense. So they have more cushion, a more cushion as a resource to tap into if they have to. And then also, out of all the homeowners in 2022, which is 214,000 people, 91% of those had positive equity build in their home. That's a lot of people. So as far as foreclosure predictions are concerned, you're not going to see as much, a rise in foreclosures, obviously, as we see in 2008, but even in concerns to the last couple years. So I have a slide. Let's take a look at that slide real quick, and I'll pull that up, and you can take a look and see what the difference is even in the past couple years from 2017 and 2019. But just in conclusion, even though foreclosures went up a bit in 2022, we see that they're considerably lower than compared to 2017 to 2019, and obviously much, much lower than 2008 just because of the lending environment. So guys, keep looking for those special deals. There will be some out there, but it's just not going to be a huge increase of foreclosures. But yeah, that is your real on foreclosures in 2023. Thanks so much for taking a look at my video. If you will subscribe, please, and drop a comment for me. I'd love to hear from you. Again, have a great day. Take care, guys.